Hey, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day week. My little Valentine wanted to come into our reading today. It's actually really cool because she was been so like ornery this morning, and I was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "What is going on with you?" And anyway, long story short, I wanted to do a reading, and then like she went off into her little spot and she was super cozy. And I came here and I set up. And then as I was about to sit down, she jumped into my seat and I go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm about to sit down." And she was like, "I want to be in the reading." I'm like, "Okay." Which must mean Anna's here. Because Anna, she loves you. You guys must have had a past life together, I'm telling you, because Bubba I don't think she's ever been an animal before. She tells me different things all the time, but um, she's definitely never been a cat before. And if she was like a lion or something. But she shows me different energies and different things about herself. But she's my little Valentine. And oh, is today our anniversary, boo boo? This is our 8 years we've been together, and since it was 8 years ago in February that I got her. And I can't remember if I got her before Valentine's Day or after. I think it was like I needed a Valentine in my life. Like I was just like feeling that crushing, like I felt really alone. And I had just moved out on my own. And so I'd been living with, a roommate, and then I moved out at the end of December. So by like mid-February, I was feeling really lonely. And it was interesting because like when I first moved to Portland in 2011, um, right? Yeah, because it's 2020, because it'll be 9 years in May. Isn't that weird to think I've been in the Northwest for almost 9 years? Wow, it's so crazy. But anyway, long story short, I'm just really grateful to her, and she's my Valentine. And this reading, the way it came together was just kind of remarkable, actually. It was very, I knew I wanted to do a reading today, but I was upset because yesterday I was like, "Oh, I didn't do a weekly reading. I wanted to do a weekly reading for the tribe." And then I heard, "You just did that big full moon reading. Let them digest that for a minute." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's true." And so then I was getting ready to do a weekly reading, and I was going to be like, "Hey, sorry I didn't do a reading yesterday." And then this came to me. This was gifted to me by a fellow tribe member. Hi, Alli. Thank you so much. I love this book so much. And this is actually our first official spread that we're doing for the tribe. And Spirit said, I thought I heard 82. And then I went to 82 and I saw it was called, 82's reading was called Stages of Change. And I just thought that was a really cool one. So maybe we're doing that next. But then I heard, no, it was 83, page 83, which is the path of desires. It's a 5-card spread, so we're going to do this for this 5-card spread. And the number one, I'm just going to like, tell you what the cards are, and then we'll do it like completely organically, okay? Because this is for all of us. So the first card is going to be our present situation. The second card is going to be what we desire. And then the third, fourth, and fifth card is going to be the bridge between cards 1 and 2. So the bridge between our present situation and what we desire. So that's really fun, right? Because it's going to kind of tell us like, what we need to achieve what we desire. Oh, that's kind of exciting. Oh, I love how my ring wanted to come in too. I love when my I've built this like little cool spot around me. Like I have these little spots all over the house where I could do different readings. It's been really fun. So anyway, so our reading today is going to be the path of desires. And our first card is going to be the present situation, right? And so today the decks that wanted to talk to us are the Native Spirit deck, the Crystal Oracle deck, and our beloved medicine cards. You can see it from there. It's a big book. Okay, so I'm going to it's so funny. I'm going to use my pendulum, and I'm like, where did my pendulum go? But I don't even need it because I literally felt like I just heard a cheerleader going, Native Spirit, Native Spirit, Native Spirit. Oh, and my pendulum's right on top of it. So let's see, is Native Spirit, or are we going to use the Native Spirit deck for card number 1? We are. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So card number 1. I use my cards so often, so I just like to knock the energy out because, you know, I changed, we all change. So let's concentrate. Let's concentrate. Let's concentrate on the present situation. They're saying to say, let's concentrate on the present situation for the path of our desires. And I'm hearing what's blocking it. What's blocking it? So what's in our current situation right now? Ooh, that came out really. Ooh, look at that. I have never seen this card in this deck. Like, it's so cool because I literally do not even know. Oh, I just got it, Baba. Baba's like, didn't you notice I had you bring in the owls? Because, oh, I think Baba's been an owl before. Hi, Chi-Chi. Look at how cute she is. I know I have the attention span of a gnat, but I mean, just look at her. I mean, you guys feel her energy, right? I love that she wanted to be in our reading today. She just said she's holding space for all of us. Thank you, Baba. And she was kind of wiry this morning, but I think she needed to go out and get rid of some energy for all of us. The Circle of Life. Oh, I love this card. I've never seen it. What is their present situation? I don't know why it keeps eluding me. The Path of Desires. I have a gazillion bookmarks. Oh, there they are. They're all around me. I can see them. But if I get up, you know. So we're just going to leave that. So the Path of Desires. I'm going to put this here. Here. Oh, thank you, Spirit. And our present situation is the Circle of Life. Well, before I even read it, I mean, you know, it's the circle of life and it moves us all, right? The Lion King. But when we look at this card closely, it's interesting. The first thing I saw was a crop circle. Oh, I heard yes, right? Our present situation. We're all aliens, right? We're all waking up to realizing that we're not from here, that everything we've ever been taught is like we have to strip our minds and our thoughts of everything we've ever been taught in terms of the programming and having the knowing that we knew that there was a greater circle of life, right? Like we knew there was something so much bigger than us. It's interesting because now that I look at it closely, because I was looking at it through the camera like you guys were. Let me see if I can get in there. Come on, focus. But then when I turned it around, I was like, oh, it kind of like has a Stonehenge, you know, like the circles. And actually, oh, now that I get closer, I'm going to put my glasses on, but I think it's the spiral of life, which makes sense. The circle of life, spiral of life. Everybody looks at things differently. Yeah, it looks like, actually, it's up to interpretation, this card. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the middle part, there, it looks like there's a stone, but you can trick your eye to see just like a stone in the middle and then like a circle around that and a circle around that. It's like, it's all in the way. Oh, I just heard it's all in the way you look at it. Your present situation, it's all in the way you look at it. So your present situation, you can look at it like that. Like some people like to look at the circles like that. And some people, Baba knows she's not allowed to clean herself when she's on me because it disrupts my energy. So you can stay or you can go. Or you can look at it like the spiral, you know, that kind of circle of life. It's different for everybody. So let's see what the card says. All things are possible. Stand in your center and be open. The four winds are bringing your dreams to fruition. Embrace and accept where you are in the great circle of life. Bounty and abundance are flowing to you. If you've had relationship or financial challenges, things are about to change. Woohoo! That's awesome. Ooh, I just got the chills. And today is February 11th, so that's really rad. So Valentine's Day is on Friday. Today's Tuesday. Your native spirit wants you to know the circle of life, called the medicine wheel in Native American traditions, symbolizes a cosmology that honors all the circles of life. Those in Western cultures tend to see life as linear. However, those in indigenous cultures see all life as a circle. When this card chooses you, it's time to honor and cherish all aspects of the great circle. All parts of the journey have beauty and grace. There's beauty in the rising sun, just as there is in the setting sun. To only revel in the rising sun and demean times of endings depletes your energy. Choose what is, and you become master of the universe, for at least of your own personal universe. The journey in this card is to create a medicine wheel for yourself. It can be as simple as creating a circle of stones that you place on your desk, or making a circle of stones or pine cones that you lay outdoors. As you place each part of the circle, hold the intent that you're honoring all aspects of your life. Ooh, I like that homework. Yeah, man, it's been a rough weekend. You guys don't even know. I have recorded 2 videos for sure, but I think I did 3 that I haven't posted because I was trying to be myself and do like the real talk. One of them was so, to me, was so good and powerful, and I was so raw and exposed, and it was really hard for me, but I did it. And then when I went to look at it, it was gone. It completely, like, it had like the crack in the thing, and it said failure to something. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I like cleaned out my phone and it wouldn't. And at first I was upset, and then I laughed and I was like, no, like that was like my pure therapy with spirit. It wasn't like about showing you guys or not exposing myself. It was more of a, I just needed to get all that shit out, talk about it. And I was actually fine with it. I was totally fine with it. And then I had this other one that I did the night of the full moon, Sunday night, because I slept like a baby Friday and Saturday, which was really bizarre because usually full moons I don't sleep hardly at all. I'll get like 12 hours of sleep in like 3 or 4 days. But this was different. It's like Ed left on Thursday, and like Friday night I slept like 8 hours, and Saturday night I slept like 9. And then by Sunday night it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So then I ended up recording this real talk episode about like what I was feeling about Edward and like everything and like the house, and I was crying and I was just complaining basically and talking about money woes and just like in this kind of like really dark, dense place. And then I was told to upload it, and I don't know if you guys will ever see it or not, um but then it was like, okay, I needed like the clouds to clear from that moon, and man, that moon like dug out my guts. It's like every moon I think I'm losing more and more, and then just more shit just keeps coming, down to the bile, not to be gross, but just like really, in there, like deep rooted. So I think it's really interesting that this is our for our path of desires. That makes sense. This is our present situation, right? Because we see it, everything for what it is. So I'm hearing to go to the crystal deck, but I just want to make sure. Okay, that's what I thought too. Okay. I've been intermittently fasting, so I have to rely on my pendulum. I realized lately I'm like, I'm not relying on my pendulum because I'm lazy, because I said to Spirit, I'm like, am I just being lazy? And I heard, no, it's just that I'm clearing out so much stuff that I need to, and I've taken on so many people's stuff over the last few months that the integration process, that's why I charge 100 an hour, because it's much more of a reading. It's like, it's an integration process. Like I take all of your stuff. I mean, a lot of you will text me or call me within, that day or a few days of your session, and you'll be like, oh my God, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and I feel like I got the shit kicked out of me, and it's okay. It's part of my job, but that's why Spirit asked me, because I've been taking on so much for people, and then I take it into my stuff and then I integrate it. So it's a blessing for all of us. It's just physically more demanding. Okay, so I'm going to find out, because I feel like the next card would be what you desire. Oh, okay. Okay, so all of us, let's close our eyes. There's so much energy in here today. Thank you, Bubba. And I also called in the love and Cupid energy before this. I called in this like intense loving energy. And so I feel that here too. That's what I just realized. I was like, why does my gut feel so, it's not just that I'm hungry. It's just this kind of, you know what I mean? You can see it on my face. It's really cool energy. So let's close our eyes. What you desire, what you desire, what you desire. So this is the path of desires. So what do we desire? What is our higher self? Even if we don't know right now, that's a thing. even if you don't know what you desire, or I'm hearing some of you are really like your brains are going all over the place, like ping, 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 you're pinging all over the place. Bring it in. Let's center ourselves. Let's have a little bell, shall we? Baba doesn't like it around her head. It's okay, Chi. It's hard for Baba. It's a different frequency for her. I think she's like our dark stuff. It's okay. She held space for us. Focus on the bell. So if you have multiple desires, Spirit is saying that's okay. That was to calm us and let us know. Oh, we've gotten this one before, you guys. The gold. Oh, I'm trying to see where it'll really look gold. There we go. Get a little light on there. The gold in the circle of life. We could probably bring that down, right? Because we know now. Should we make the gold the center of attraction? There we go. Gold. So what you desire. That's really interesting because I'm hearing like money. It's interesting that we're doing a love reading. Like this is for Valentine's Day. And like I'm getting gold, which is interesting because money, right? So all of us have money. What's that? I got money on the something and the money on my mind. I don't quote me. I know, but it's like a rap song. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind, right? Something like that. So it's interesting because today I had a tea and I realized I don't like yogi teas anymore. They taste so fake to me. I'm sure they're real, but they taste fake. And so I needed to just do it for this. Let's see if we can get this into focus. I don't know where the camera is. I think I've done this before where there we go. Or I guess it doesn't even matter, right? Because peace, P-E-A-C-E, peace of mind comes peace, P-I-E-C-E, by peace. So peace of mind comes peace by peace by peace, right? I dumped the tea because I was like, I went to smell it. I'm like, no. But very interesting. I don't know where this guy wants to go. I don't think it really matters because you guys get it, right? Oh, that's cute. We'll do that. So the gold. What are desires? What you desire. Oh, so now that was just the monetary thing, but now getting back to what we desire in like love, self-love, outer love. Value. We desire value, confidence, self-worth, money, and wealth, right? And they kind of go hand in hand. You know, a lot of us have been programmed or raised to believe that like, you know, money, some of us like money was no big deal and we always had money. We don't have to worry about money. So, you know, whatever. But maybe the value, maybe the gold in your life, maybe the value wasn't money. Maybe it was confidence or self-worth. A few of you just came into my mind right now. Like some of you in my tribe were born into money. And money comes easy for you and you've always been able to manifest money. You're amazing generators, you know. But then some of you, it's like it wasn't your fault. Like you for your soul contract, myself included, you know, you put yourself in a lot of situations where you had to work really hard for money. Well, that's something that was like put into play, right? So in this life, we had to go through all those struggles so we can attain this. But in order for us to attain this, the gold, the money, the wealth, I'm hearing drink water. And holy shit, you guys, my throat chakra is like, so obviously we need to work with our throat chakra, asking for what we want, right? So let's concentrate on our throat chakra and our heart chakra, which is the green, right? Money. Interesting that this set of owls wanted to come in today about money, but also green is our heart chakra, Valentine's Day, our desires, what our heart desires. You know what I mean? This is all tied in, you guys. Even green in the circle of life, right? It's all tied in. I'm loving this reading right now. So for some of us, it's not about having the perfect Valentine this year. Like maybe it's just about finally falling in love with ourselves. Part of my woe is me real talk, and that's okay because I feel now I'm okay. But man, Sunday night you could not have talked to me. You know, it's interesting. I had to check my phone for something, and a few of you have reached out. Thank you so much. And we're like, I was feeling you. Are you okay? Thank you. I love you. You fucking are awesome. We're so in tune. Thank you. Yeah, I am, but I had to go through a lot of stuff because, I was presented with some really ugly things by Edward on Thursday, and he told me that I intimidated him, and it just stuck with me and beat me up all weekend because it's something that I've heard most of my life, and I would hear, people would like you more if you toned it down. People would like you more if you were, just be like everybody else. Like you're always standing out. It's like you always have to be the center of attention, or my sister was like, oh, you're a narcissist. Everything's about you, and I didn't really mean to make it about me. Sometimes I did because I was the youngest, and I was the little kid that was constantly yanking on people to listen to me because I was always like, go away kid, and then when I did speak up, I would get kind of chastised for speaking up. So I just had this like my throat chakra, right? So my self-confidence, my value, my self-worth has been so depleted that I forgot that I'm worth gold. I'm gold. So are you. Like we are gold. We are pure gold. Look at the beautiful candlelight going on there to, no matter where we go in this, all the candles want to go on the gold to remind us how valuable we are. Look at that. Do you see to the left, by the way? Doesn't that look like a heart beating? Do you see what I'm saying up to the top left? It's the reflection, but it looks like a heart beating. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it right now. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, gold. So I'm going to finish reading this card. This gold card is a symbolic reflection of your true inner worth. At the core of your being, there exists a pure golden essence with an infinite capacity to create. You are being urged to look within, to go beyond the superficial personality and connect through contemplation and meditation with your true nature. I have the chills. There is a yearning within you to manifest all your heart's desires. At the top of the list, you will discover a yearning for financial wealth and freedom, and for the self-confidence that money can bring. Do not delude yourself that somehow money is bad or that it does not align with your spiritual ideals. Money is just as much a part of God's creation as we are. In actuality, it is neither good nor bad. Rather, it is something to be valued and to put to good use. Sit quietly for a few minutes each day and lovingly imagine yourself having and achieving all your heart desires. Then set a goal, one that you feel is achievable in the short term. Focus on it each day until it manifests. Then set a new goal, and so on. Goals are reached one step at a time, an ongoing journey you take. Set clear goals, yet remember to always keep focused on the present, for it is in the present that all unfolds. Peace of mind comes piece by piece. Ha ha. I wasn't supposed to have that tea. It was just another reminder. Like, we have to go step by step. This is for me too. Like I'm always telling you guys, and I said this to Edward last night too. It's like, it's like you guys will come to me and you're like, okay, this is where I am, but this is my desire. And a lot of you would be like, well, I just want to be here. And I'm like, I know, but you have to like go here and then here and then here and then here to achieve this. We can't just go over the rainbow. Over the rainbow is awesome if we already have like the grounded, rooted, beginning of something, like we see something and then sometimes we have all the parts we need, we can shoot right over the rainbow. But sometimes we have to go bit by bit. The reason why they had me say that, by the way, is because when I was saying that to you guys, I heard not necessarily for you, because I have always, like, everything in my life has been bit by bit by bit, piece by piece by piece. And, I talk about my journey all the time. Like, I didn't come out of a box like this, So some of you, yes, it's like you're awakened and everything, and myself included. But we go to one challenge and we get that challenge, and then we achieve the goal of that challenge. And then we go to the next one and to the next one and to the next one. So that's what they're saying, which this makes perfect sense with this reading. I love it, because it's like we see it for what it is, and this is our desired outcome. But now we have to figure out what we need to focus on for the interim. And so this is, it says, you deserve to be and have all your heart desires. This is our affirmation. Within my heart flows a river of gold. I am one with the eternal light of creation. I manifest my dreams. I create abundance in my life through love. Okay, say it with me, okay? And then you can rewind it and go back and how many times you need it, or write it down for yourself. Actually, or we can do, like I said before, like a screenshot. I don't know if we can get a, I don't know if you can get a screenshot in there. See if you can. Okay. Within my heart flows a river of gold. Within my heart flows a river of gold. I am one with the eternal light of creation. I am one with the eternal light of creation. I manifest my dreams. I manifest my dreams. I create abundance in my life through love. I create abundance in my life through love. If you have not seen Joaquin Phoenix's acceptance speech at the 2020 Oscars this past Sunday, you must go watch it. I will put the link below. I have watched it 3 times already. I bawl my eyes out every time. And I'm going to do a Real Talk episode about it, because there was so much stuff. There was so much backlash that he faced from that. And boy, oh boy, man, it just made my warrior want to come out even stronger and like draw my sword behind him and be like, fuck off. He nailed every, like, I cried so hard because I felt like he nailed every single thing that all of us, I feel like every person on the planet at some point in that speech connected with him. Everyone at some point, every living being. I mean, it was amazing. So, it's like, it's going to take a minute, but it's the first step, right? And having all of us like standing together, taking the first step as we change, as we work on our tribes, our inner tribes together, we will go bit by bit and piece by piece, one by one, we will go together as a collective. And then our tribes will come together. And not all of our tribes will get along, but that's fine. Like, that tribe will be there and our tribes can be there. Some segregation is going to happen because it's just part of who we are. That doesn't mean that we don't love them, we don't care about them. We don't bother them. But if like somebody came to attack them, we would protect them because that's what we do. And if you look at history, that's how it's gone all throughout history. It's only in these last like 2,000 years since, especially with the New Testament of the Bible, that we've had so much programming. It went so out of control. And again, I'm going to talk about that. It's going to be a Real Talk episode entitled Joaquin Phoenix is my spirit animal because he really is right now. And I'm so proud of him. So anyway, let's get to, I don't know how much time we're going to have. So let's get to the cards in the middle, because 3, 4, and 5 are going to be the cards that are going to bridge us between our present situation, and our desired outcome, right? I believe that we are already in this outcome. I think that the delay that we're having is our muggle humanisms that are coming through. Last night, I said to Edward, because I was crying, and I said, this full moon really fucked with me. I said, I wanted to reach out to people. I never felt so alone. I never felt so distraught and lost, and just like, it was unbelievable. But boy, did I shred and just, get rid of so much. But it was interesting to me because I realized like what was happening. I'm like, I already believe in this desired outcome. I'm already here in my mind, but it's the stuff in between that I still haven't dealt with, and I still haven't gone through, because it's really easy. It's really easy to lose ourselves, in the music, the moment. I'm like, Eminem's coming in too. That was on the Oscars too. There's just so much powerful stuff happening in each of us that the only way for us to get to this desired outcome is to each of us go inward and work with it. You guys, Mercury in retrograde, we're in the shadow of it right now. And from now until probably the beginning of spring, it's going to be tumultuous. And I want you to dive into it and not veer away from it. I want you to sink into it. I want you to lean into it. It sucks. It's uncomfortable. It's not pretty, but I want you to lean into it, because the more you lean into it, the faster you're going to get to this outcome. Because the more we resist leaning into it, I'm going to let that lie. Oh, hello. The more we resist it, the longer it's going to take to get to here. And we are our own obstacles, and we can blame everybody else. But if we keep going into victim mode or saying this person, that person, this person, that person, you know, take the obstacles out of your way then. Take them out of your way. Okay, is this card number 3? Not yet. Okay. Card number 3. Not now. Ooh, we're sticking with the crystals. We're sticking with the crystals. All right, card number 3. Card number 3. And as always, if this cuts off, I will go back. I'm working on it, you guys. I'm working on it. I sent a mass text to a lot of you guys. Whatever you can do, you can, pay for sessions for now that we can do when we get off the grid. I'll do them in the order, first come, first serve or whatever. But I need to get a computer. And I'm realizing it's not just for my book. Some of these Chromebooks I've been looking in, they have cameras on them like this. So I could be doing longer episodes for you guys instead of because my phone can only handle so much. And I don't know why. And like I said, I've tried, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And I feel like it's partially spirit saying, it's time to get a better computer. Is that stillbite? Oh, it's selenite. Oh, that's so interesting because my selenite didn't want to come into this reading, but this did. And this is, I don't know what this is. I think somebody gifted this to me, and I don't remember if it's a selenite. If you know, if you're a better crystal person or stronger knowledge of crystals, it I just heard, because I'm pretty sure it's not selenite. Is this selenite? Is it a calcite of some kind? Is it a clear calcite? Is it a stillbite? Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay. So that's a selenite card. This is a stillbite. That makes sense. So look up I'll put the stillbite meaning. Look at that cool image in there. But this stillbite wanted to come in. You guys, this wanted to come in. A light amethyst, because I have all different shades of amethyst and I have an ametrine, but this particular amethyst wanted to come in. It's a very light lavender amethyst. So work with the light lavender amethyst and work with the stillbite crystal. If you don't have one, go out and try and get one if you can afford to do so. Okay, so selenite is our number 3. Selenite. Most of us have selenite because selenite's such a, it's so good for, okay. I was like, all right, I'm going to put that aside. I believe that's number 4. All right, so selenite. Yeah, selenite's great because, it's a self-cleaning crystal. It cleans our other crystals. So we know that, but let's hear what the message is. Ooh, telepathy. Oh, it's talking to our Arcturian. Arcturians, if you're in my tribe, I'm pretty sure you're an Arcturian, but I don't want to tell you who you are. You could be just somewhere from the Pleiades. But Syrian, I feel like some of you are Syrian, but definitely from the Pleiades. But it's really interesting because for the Arcturians, we're telepaths. And so we all have the power of telepathy, but Arcturians, it's kind of like our strong suit. So we need to work on that. I know that. Soul connection, peace, and tranquility. And interesting that we just talked about the peace and the peace by peace, and then peace is in here. So it's all about peace and tranquility, right? Being quiet. It is possible for you to connect with others energetically on a soul level and infuse them with love and healing. This is telepathic communication in its highest form. Through the formless light of love, it is possible to both send and receive information, provided the information is sought and sent with love. Remember that on a soul level, time and space do not really exist because all is interconnected and ultimately one. The peace and tranquility you seek can be found by connecting to that ultimate oneness. Go within, for in doing so, you will realize that all is eternal, nothing is ever lost, and that all is eternally present. Yes. What did I just say? It's like that time, there's a reason, to everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And to every person, sing it in your head if I sang it wrong. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, a time to be this, a time to be that, a time to, so like right now, it's a time to, this is the end of the winter. Because before you know it, spring will be here, summer, and it's all that busyness and craziness again. It's like winter is this gift that we are given. Even if you live in a warm climate, it's an energy of winter, right? So, it's the time to go inward. So if that means that you go to the beach, you live in a sunny place and you go to the beach and you sit with the sun on your face, it's like you can still be in the winter energy. So feel the winter energy, go inward. Duty, duty. I feel like that I already pulled card number 4, but I don't like to assume until, okay, that's what I thought. All right. So this is card number 4. So, right. So in order for us to get from here to here, we have to be still, be quiet, go inward, have the oneness. Oh, and work with the tiger iron. I love tiger iron. I had a tiger iron ring that I loved, wore it religiously, bought it at Rebel's. If you are ever in Portland, Oregon, you have to go to Rebel's. My friend Tasha has an amazing store, and her collection of rings, the artists that she has are amazing. But yeah, so this tiger iron is really powerful. I wore it for the longest time until I was doing a reading when I was a guest reader at Hi Ho Gems and Crystals in Tinley Park, Illinois, and this woman came in, and we had this divine connection, like we totally knew each other before. And I always wore it on this hand, and it was beautiful. It was looked like a teardrop or a dewdrop. And she on my way in, I heard Spirit say that I was going to give that ring to somebody, and I was like, no. I mean, I was ready to let it go. I really was, but at the same time, I was like, wow, okay. And so when she came in, I said, and Spirit said, whoever like comments on it, you'll know, or whatever. And this woman commented on it, and then I heard that she needed tiger iron, and it was just like this really cool moment. I gave her the ring, and I hope she still has it, or I hope she's moved it on. But anyway, you know what I mean? It's like I had to let go of material things. Tiger iron, also known as jasper, hematite, and tiger's eye or tiger eye. Mental clarity, grounding, assertiveness, vitality, and sexual energy. Okay, I was wondering if this path of desires was going to come in, because before this happened, I heard the song when I knew the theme of our reading was, I saw the path of desires, but I wasn't even thinking Valentine's Day until I had put the music on and I heard, I'm taking sexy back. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how is that song? How is that Justin Timberlake song even on my rotation? If I've heard it on my rotation, I don't ever remember hearing it. But I was laughing my ass off because I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, are we going to talk about our sexuality? And then I was like, oh, Valentine's Day. Yeah. And then right after that, Girls Just Want to Have Fun came on. And then I heard, some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I want to be the one who walks in the sun, and girls, they want to have fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, because it's interesting. Last year, it was like this really romantic Valentine's Day with Ed, but this year, I don't feel like I'm on that same page with him. Like, we've been going through our own stuff the last few weeks, and I don't know what'll happen on Friday, but I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm going to do something really nice for myself, or I'm going to like call some girlfriends and be like, do you guys want to fucking go do something for Valentine's Day? I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. But maybe I'll come on here and do an episode with you with my tribe of my female energy, but there's a real callback for the divine female energy. And so that's what I'm hearing with this right now, is for us to call back in that divine feminine energy. That's what's needed most on the planet. The masculine energy